one of the ways, whether it's your way or my way, one of them finna work. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, one of them finna work. And we gonna see
maybe all of them finna work.
They all might work, but I had to give you the opportunity to use my platform for anything you try and do to free your father. Even if it's something that I don't agree with or don't participate in, as your brother, I have to bring you out into the public and let you speak your piece. And you had me ask the attorney some key questions. And I was just trying to get a gauge for the fighting the dog.
You could have went harder. You could have went harder.
I was just trying to get a gauge for the fighting the dog, but I'm seeing, you know, where he at with it, because for him to even consider conspiracy in the early stages of the case, that's something that attorneys normally don't do.
We see that, right?
Yeah, they normally duck conspiracy at all costs because it's too easy to prove. It's too easy to. Once you prove that conspiracy, you didn't single-handedly dismantle their system, and this is why the attorneys don't want to bring conspiracy. And he addressed the conspiracy as an operational part of the defense out the beginning, and brought up the hung juror that I was well aware of that was resisted because she thought that it was a setup.
Good shit. Nice one. That's real. You know that. You saw that, right? You picked that shit up. Good stuff. That's all I gotta say. That's good stuff, right? You're a smart brother. Not little, but brother. You're smart.
I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to get that. My mama kept telling me that shit. I don't see it, but she did. So
no, but that's some real shit. Yo, you caught that. Like, come on, man. We can't let that shit slide. We can't let them keep on beating us up. No way. But I appreciate what you did. I appreciate the opportunity, Rod. I appreciate it. I appreciate the platform. You know what? You're my brother forever. And
for sure. I tell you what.
Gorilla. Let's go. That's that
and
real.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Shit on us. Let's go. All right.
So look, I'm gonna let you roll out, man. I appreciate you coming over and keeping up the fight for your pops. I ain't gonna stop fighting till I see victory. So I don't have to like it though. You gotta remember that part. People don't be remembering me telling them if I do something, I don't have to like it. I don't have to like attorneys to present that this is the way that you fighting for your father. I don't have to like it, but I have to show my due diligence and the support.
I already saw what you did. That was enough. Understand that nobody did shit like that. And my father is innocent, and I'm gonna be here, and I appreciate you. You understand, King?
We gonna break bread. We gonna break bread. Well, we gonna break bread with my chief and your pops. We gonna break bread.
Let's go. It's to coming. The world blow. To the world blow. Yeah. Let's go.
And don't forget, the fat lady sung at the end of the Olympics, and she said she did it her way.
Let's go.
And that's
everybody.
And I was telling them, look for the fat lady to sing at a public spectacle, because that means that it's over. And this shit about to be over. But you got to fight your fight. You have to do your due diligence. I don't have to agree with you to support the fact that you fighting. It's when the people ain't fighting and they bitching and complaining and they ain't doing nothing that I don't want to help them.
That's strange to us. So we're not dealing with bitches. Like, I'm just saying, I'm in the war. And I appreciate you. You didn't have to do it, but you did, didn't you?
I did it because it's for your pops. It's for a worthy cause. The righteous, should no longer suffer for the indignations of the wicked.
Let's do this, brother.
And so we have to do our part. We don't have to always agree with everything. That's when we had that long conversation about two strategists with two different strategies. This is how you keep from colliding on the battlefield from two different angles. Y'all work together, even though y'all don't agree.
Next week. Let's do this next week.
Yep. Just hit me up whenever you're ready. Just hit me up. We come back on and we put it out there for the people to be able to make their own minds up. And
Yeah,
in the tribal
exactly.
tradition, I didn't want to say this in front of him because I didn't want to spook him off. But in the tribal tradition, we put stuff in front of the people for the collective to give us the energetic support that's stronger than the physical.
I got to go ahead to take over from my father. And y'all
It,
heard that shit. Y'all want
it's,
some more? I'm
it's,
about to post some more.
yeah. Tag me in and I
Damn.
share it.
Expeditiously. But I appreciate you. Understand?
It's all same here,
I appreciate
brother.
you. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. He dropped out. Okay. So, is it anybody in here that got something that they want to discuss before we go? So, a lot of people probably not really understanding that I don't like attorneys. I don't trust them, and I don't do fundraisers because people been raising money in these people off these people misery. But when the brother reached out and then his pops is talking to this guy on the phone, even if I don't agree, right? Even if I don't like attorneys, even if I don't do fundraisers, the brother is fighting for his father the way he know how. I have to present his case to the public and let the people decide if he following the path that he feel is going to be most functional in getting his father out, right? So I'm just showing the support and exposing to the public that this fight is serious. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is not a dance contest. We really, 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 literally been fighting a war for 500 years since Columbus sailed his stinking ass over here, parked on Hispaniola, and renamed it to Hispaniola from the name that the people of the land. And then they just started naming our shit and taking. They even named us. A lot of these tribes, y'all hearing these tribal names, Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, those are exonyms. Those was the names the settlers gave to the people that they couldn't pronounce the name that the people gave them. So I still had to present the case. I still had to let the public make their own mind up. And I still got to let everybody be their own judge of what they see taking place in front of them. I know we in continuity of government process, reconstruction phase, the final phase of continuity of government, transfer power from DC, which is now defunct. You can go on to the White House page, and at the top of the page, it's going to tell you that this is a page frozen in time for historical record, and it will not be updated no more. The only way they won't update a presidential executive order page is if they no longer have a president to issue executive orders. All of this stuff is to keep us, those nappy hair, red skin, Mississippi walking clay dirt mofos, from taking back what's rightfully ours by the blood and by the right. I'm gonna see if I can find the cash app he gave, and I'm gonna pin it. Can you put the cash app in there so I can pin it? Cause it's too far up. Well, lawyers rarely do pro bono work. The only case that I can remember where there was somebody similarly situated to Malachi, an attorney continued to fight the case pro bono for 20 some years, was GINDJAB, Geronimo Pratt, um, out in California, where the police did the same thing to him that they did to Tookie with the trumped up case, where the police committed the crime and accused him of it, and then it came out, but it took Johnny Cochran like 27 years to get Geronimo Pratt out, right? Other than that, I don't know no other attorney that I can personally tell you took a case of that magnitude pro bono. I don't know one, right? And it is a lot of filing fees in the courts. It is a whole lot of that BS. Anything to get money from you. Here we go. Patrick put it in there. Okay. So this is you see the sticker I just put up there is the Cash App, right? Yeah. So yeah, they did. So people say, well, Johnny Cochran died from a brain tumor. The FBI records say that they use what's called a radiation gun. It's the same way they killed Dr. Hulda Clark by constantly bombarding a lady with radiation, and she can't cleanse fast enough to get rid of the radiation. They do that. They got a million ways to kill us. They only got one way to let us live, and that's under their oppression. We tired of that. That's okay, I got it. I got it pinned up there for the ones who want to support. You know, but we tired of them kicking us at every turn. We don't have rights. This is what they keep reading you your rights. That had nothing to do with you. The only way that the Miranda versus Arizona was the case that your rights being read to you became part of the SOP, standard operating procedure of law enforcement, right? But if you go back and you study the law from colonial times and now, the indigenous, organic, original Mississippi clay dirt walking tribes that was on the land, they said we had no rights that they was bound to respect. That's the Dred Scott case, right? They classified us as 3/5 compromise until we become 5/5 realized. I'm 5/5 and a motherfucker. I know who I am. So at this point, we are at the position where everybody got to feel like they fighting. If you don't feel like you fighting in a fight, you feel like you getting your ass kicked. And if you supporting somebody, you don't have to agree with their strategies. You don't have to agree with their method. You only have to agree that y'all looking for the same outcome. Yeah, I had to talk to Brother Rich first before I volunteered for something. But anybody that want to bring that attorney on to talk to him about garnering support for Malachi, you can either reach out to me or Uma or one of her brothers. She got a whole bunch of them. They can get you in touch with them, or I can try to get you in touch with them so that we can do whatever is necessary. But my belief and my position is America is done. And the only thing left is the tribes. That's how I feel. America, the corporation, is done. The only thing left is for the tribes to reconstitute our own government. Once we do that, we have jurisdictional supremacy to order it with the full support of the U.S. military's backing to go in there and get them if the corporation don't want to surrender them, right? That's where I'm at with it, right? But they got all of this stuff going on, transitional government, the draining of the D.C. swamp, all that stuff is going on. But we all got to fight how we see we can fight. We don't have to agree on everything, but we have to try to put up a different front according to our skill set, knowledge level, right? So that's where we at with it. And some of the best attorneys are not good orators, but they good legal writers. This is what people don't be understanding about going into their court system. It's not always what the attorneys say. It's in the motions and the briefs that he filed to support his claim of why he's asking for a dismissal or a reduction or a removing of this charge or that charge. And as long as you got motions in the court, that means your case is in motion. But when there is no motions in the court, your case is at a standstill. You parked in prison now. And this is the problem where we keep facing. We keep looking for these people to give us some relief. They don't intend to give us no relief. They don't tend to give us no support. All they intend to do is suck us dry, and we tired of it, right? So from there, we just have to let the chips fall where they may, right? So um, I, I don't have anything else to add, but it is what it is. I did my due diligence. I brought them in. I asked a few questions. I read some questions out the comments. A lot of questions I didn't ask because these attorneys, half of them only know a piece of law. That's what y'all don't understand. He only know criminal law. So if I went to going to him about the jurisdictional defect of the sui juris de jure party, he don't know what I'm talking about. He probably heard the terminologies, but he don't know what I'm talking about because he only concerned with which criminal law is he charged with and what's the defense for that charge. He not looking for the overall exit strategy. Like if I was an attorney, I'd be looking for anything I can to get my client off. I don't give a damn. If one of them judges did something, I'm gonna hold his ass to the fire. They don't operate like that. Yeah, Cochran built the team off the Geronimo Pratt case. He did have a team. He had a whole firm. They built that law firm that stemmed out of the Geronimo Pratt case. That's what made that law firm what it was. And he never stopped fighting for Geronimo Pratt until he got him home. And he did it. But that's rare. Like Johnny Cochran was like 1 in 100 million. They got a whole lot of criminal charges on them, but the biggest one is the Mann Act, the RICO Act, and some other stuff that's not related to the underlying charge that they was charging them with criminal sexual conduct on a minor, which, you know, all that stuff, they find out later that all of them girls was sleeping with his son, the same son that trumped up the case. I don't talk about Malachi children, even the ones that was instrumental in him being where he at, because it's difficult to advocate for him and then go at his kids' heads, even the guilty ones that set him up. I can't do that. I just got to keep telling y'all, look, y'all, if there's more to the case than y'all can, most people can't see the conspiracy involved, the COINTELPRO operations involved. They can't see the fabricated cases. They can't see the scripts that they was matching up statements with. All that stuff is part of investigation that normally is sifted out by the law enforcement, but law enforcement was in on it, right? Sheriff Seals had a little doll of Malachi hanging from a noose in his office. That right there should have told you there was something wrong with the case, you know? So uh, I just wanted y'all to see what was going on from the young man perspective, from the attorney perspective. And if it would have been up to me, I'd have dug in his ass. But when I got to talking to him, I understood all he knows is criminal law. He don't know none of the other parts of law. He don't know nothing about radical jurisdictional defect, Article 3 courts. If the judge isn't Article 3 certified, then they are operating under the Chevron deference. That attorney, that stuff right there, that's not his area. And bringing it up is like bringing up toe surgery to a brain surgeon. He understands toe surgery, but he don't know it like a toe surgeon, a foot surgeon, a specialist. And this guy was a specialist in criminal law. All that other stuff would have been like basically beating a dead horse because he'd have been like, huh, what? Huh, what? Right? So I don't have the time to sit here and educate him on the part of the law that he didn't get educated in. I'm just trying to determine if, whatever the situation is, you're going to fight. If you ain't going to fight, then, go sit your ass down. But he sounded like he want to fight. He want to smoke. I don't know if by the time he get to 60K, shit, Pops might be sitting at his table talking about, man, I appreciate you getting ready to take my case. This shit's coming to an end, and it's coming to an end fast. Babylon is done. Right? So um, I can't think of nothing else I need to add. So I'm gonna let y'all go and share the